one thing we did as a startup company, we didn't have a lot of resources. We couldn't put a lot into sales. So we viewed tech support as our biggest way to train our sales force, because it's kind of obnoxious when you call your customers and ask for referrals. No one really likes that. But if instead, when a customer calls you with a question, if you solve that question, then ask, well, how is C-Spines working for you? How do you like it? And then engage them in conversation. It was really easy that way to learn more about what we need to do, and then also to ask, to be like, well, I'm actually going to be out in Boston in a few weeks. There's this company that I really wanted to get into. Do you happen to know someone there, and can you introduce me? So it's just a really good way for us to talk with our customers. A book, so Seth Godin he writes a marketing blog that I really like to follow. And right in the middle of the tough time with T-Spines, when T-Spines for Maya wasn't doing very well at all, I went to a lecture that he was giving with a book called The Dip. And this concept, I thought about this quite often since then. And basically the concept was that anything worth trying or worth going for, there's a dip that you have to go through in order to succeed. And he talked about how you need to be really careful, though, that not everything's a dip. Sometimes you get into cul-de-sacs, you get into situations where you have to quit. Like there's this phrase that winners never quit, and that's false. And we learned that ourselves with T-Spines for Maya. We just had to quit that. It wasn't going anywhere. And so sometimes, especially after I got married, I'd be like, well, is the whole T-Spines company something that I really want to be sinking my life into? And I think back to this analogy, and he has different questions you can ask yourself as far as knowing whether you're in a dip or whether you are in a cul-de-sac. And one of those is that before you get into a situation, you can probably lay out for yourself under what circumstances you will quit. And it's pretty clear, but when you get in a situation, it's harder to think clearly. And so I thought back, well, when we started T-Spines, our goal was to be the industry standard. And for that to happen, we had to successfully commercialize our technology. We haven't commercialized it yet, and so it's a little bit early for me to be pulling the plug. Anyway, just really, really powerful concept that I referred to a lot.